This is not going to be a regular book review. For one, I am not going to make a habit of reviewing the commentaries that I read. Not a big fan of doing reviews over commentaries, especially because I will preach through entire books of the Bible and then I'll end up reading through several commentaries on that book, but it'll take me quite a few months to go through, and I don't like pulling from that far away to do reviews. So commentary reviews normally are something that I'm not going to do. I also did not pre-script out this review, so if I sound a little jumbled and not as sharp, it's because I didn't write and plan out what I was going to say about this review first. I just got done reading a commentary though, and I loved it so much and I found it so beneficial that I just wanted to make a short video to say, this is one of the best commentaries ever. And that commentary is Robert Thomas's two-volume commentary on the book of Revelation. So Revelation 1 through 7 and then Revelation 8 through 22 by Robert Thomas. So this two-volume set. I just got done teaching through Revelation in my church. I found this two-volume set to be extremely helpful. Every single time I went to it, Thomas was discussing the questions that I had about the text. Actually, I thought I was going to say he dealt with every problem issue I could come up with for myself in Revelation and even introduced me to some that I would have missed. But there was one time I went to the text and he didn't comment on what I wanted him to. And it's kind of funny because it's in Revelation 22, so I just read it. But in Revelation 22:14, where you have the two different readings, one about washing their robes, the others about doing their commandments. And I really wanted to know what Thomas had to say about it because I'm kind of torn on which reading is correct. Not really sure. I honestly, based on the information, I think this is one of those where we just have to say either one could be right, but he doesn't say anything about that. And that's the one time, the only time in the book where I had a question about something, went to the book, and it wasn't there. Not only does Robert Thomas do a great job at giving you his perspective, he translates the Greek text throughout, so you have his own translation of the book of Revelation, so you get all of his wonderful perspective, but also he does a good job listing out all the varieties of views for different passages in Revelation. And obviously in Revelation, there are a lot of parts where there's 5 views for this, 7 views for that. Another thing I appreciate about Robert Thomas is that he is clearly a committed dispensationalism. So he takes a futuristic, prophetic view of Revelation. And I believe that that's how the whole book should be taken. And when you don't have that view, sometimes it really skews what it is that you present in your writing and teaching on it. And for an example, another thing that I appreciate about Thomas, I guess the one thing that I always go to judge, is this going to be a good commentary on Revelation, is how do they take the 144,000? Because I believe John goes out of his way in Revelation to let us know that those 144,000 are ethnic Israelites. It's like he's driving the point home in case there was any confusion. These are Israelites, they're not Gentiles. And Thomas also takes that clear view that they are Israelites. So when somebody takes those as Gentiles, that's for me like a red flag, that they're not allowing the passage to speak for itself. So I thought throughout, Robert is just trying to do the best that he can with what we have to allow John, and through John, this is the Lord speaking to us with the message that he has for the church, he has for us today. I never felt like it got outlandish in any way in discussing the judgments and the future prophecies. I thought throughout he takes the text very seriously, which is something that I appreciate as well. And so I just got to say, this commentary by Robert Thomas from Moody Press on Revelation, this 2-volume set, is easily the best commentary I have read on Revelation. And I got to say, it's probably up there on best commentaries I've read on the Bible at all. Like, it is just excellent. It is well written throughout. It's the right kind of depth I think you want to have, where he definitely goes into what you want, but then doesn't go off into tangents where you're like, why would you even bring this up? So I loved Robert Thomas's exegetical commentary on the book of Revelation. And so if you're about to study Revelation or walk through it with somebody else and you're looking for a good commentary to get, well, this is the one to get. So I highly encourage you to pick up Revelation in 2 volumes by Robert Thomas.